Solidarity greeting from Shanghai, China. My name is Li Xiuhin from China-US Solidarity Network from Panda 8. I am a long-time Chinese-American community organizer, labor, anti-war, and immigrant rights activist, travel between China and the US, building Chinese and Global South activist solidarity movement, and fight against US imperialism endless war around the world. My apologies, I cannot come to attend your conference this time because May 1st to May 4th, there are several conferences I will be attending, including May Day immigrants' rights protests in New York City, United States, the Jewish Voices for Peace Convention in Baltimore, Maryland, and the Workers' World Weekend, co-host with our organization in Los Angeles, California. I know there's a lot of meeting at a short weekend, but that's the way how we have been building the international solidarity movement. People united from Shanghai to New York and from Rome to Gaza. Entering 2025, from genocide Joe to fascist Trump, the world has been suffering deeply from US imperialism with steroids. NATO, UK, and Israel, the US global proxy, are desperately, frequently escalating their war on Ukraine against Russia, Palestine, Syria, Lebanon, and Yemen, and possibly Iran, the next target, causing great civilian casualties and economic crisis to the Western world. Instead of their own country's corrupted leadership, their elite are blaming China, whereas the US aid-made crisis has nothing to do with us. Let's be clear, it's just a flat-out racist xenophobia. The war in the Middle East poked by the US and Israel's Gaza and Lebanon invasion, the fall of Syria to the Western Israeli-backed HTS terrorists, US bombing Yemen, and military threat against Iran have undoubtedly the beginning of the Sixth Middle East War. For the past 3 years, since the Al-Aqsa flood operation in Gaza on October 7, 2023, activists from around the world has been organizing numerous protests and actions against US-backed Israel invade Gaza and other parts of the Middle East. However, anti-war voices from the Global South had been consistently missing from the Western-controlled corporate media and anti-war movements. As a Chinese American, our voices, especially the voices from China, has been intentionally neglected. While overwhelming majority, 90+% of Chinese public opinion are supporting Palestine, Chinese net citizen opinion at Douyin, TikTok China, and other online Chinese networks are clearly pro-Palestinian over Israel. It's no doubt making China the largest pro-Palestine voices and cluster in the world. Yet, the missing China Global South voices and the contribution on Palestine has been troubling. One hand, accusing China not doing enough, which is not true. On the other hand, Western-led movement has been dictating the direction of the struggle, also nothing to do with the reality on the ground of Gaza every day. It happened for many reasons: language and cultural barrier, ignorance and racism, politically, the US Western world systematically blocking others from the decision-making process at international humanitarian operations. One of the reasons, very troubling, people in the US and the Western world has been brainwashed by their leaders and the corporate media, never heard the liberation voices and the criticism from China and the global South. Because lack of connection, many Palestinian organizations and activists don't know how to invite Chinese activists to join their movement. A white US-European-led movement does not include people from the global South. We will never win. I believe it's our duty to organize Chinese, Asians, and people of color global South activists to join hands to hands with inner city working class people from US and Europe to organize and support the anti-Zionist Free Palestine movement in LA, New York, Rome, and around the world. But the protest is not enough. We also follow the request from Gazans to organize a politically neutral humanitarian project called Panda 8 to send the support from China with love and to help to break the siege. On April 2025, we organized our humanitarian aid trip to Cairo to organize our medical supplies to Gaza. The situation is not optimistic. Since Israel violated the ceasefire agreement and the Gaza border was once again completely cut off by the Israeli occupation forces, IOF, in just a few weeks. As a result, our 307 boxes and 4.3 tons of medical supplies will help to purchase from China on behalf of a group of Palestinian doctors from Europe are still waiting in the Chinese warehouse and have not been able to ship to Gaza for several months. Therefore, it's necessary we need to go to Egypt, the main transit point for the international humanitarian supplies to Gaza, in order to understand the latest situation and what to do in the future. Next is a statement from Mr. Xu Wuyang, one of our Panda 8 volunteers, a young Chinese activist from Beijing, China, followed by a short documentary about our recent trip to Cairo, Egypt.